Live from NBC4 Columbus, this is NBC4 Today, here for you.
Coming up next, we go behind the pages of a new children's book. We're going to talk to the man who wrote this very inspirational story.
Do your kids love to read? Do your kids love to read?
My daughter more than my son, but yes.
Well, during summer, of course, we have to fill summer breaks with all sorts of activities, and because it is just around the corner, many will be thinking about spending time with friends, but it's also important to keep learning.
Oh yeah, and this morning, local author and illustrator David Kucha joins us this morning to talk about his new book, Who Ate the Gelato? We had you on, David, to talk about your first book.
Yes.
So is this a continuation?
This is a continuation, but it's a bigger story in a lot of ways. It's more pages, it's more adventure, it's a lot more characters, and I think it's a lot more fun as well.
What's it about, Who Ate the Gelato?
In the middle of a massive heat wave that's gripping Europe, and the king and queen are going to come for a visit, and someone, well, I'll say who, Jasmine eats the last of the gelato right before the visit, and the chef, played by myself, goes ballistic. So they decide that Jasmine and Topo and Roxanne decide that they're going to have to go across Europe looking for a character called Il Cervello, the brain, who can tell them where they can find ice so they can make granitas and gelato in time for the royal visit.
Oh my goodness.
And they encounter a whole troop of great characters, elephants and giraffes and goats, and I take them through about 6 different countries.
Exciting.
Yeah, how did you come up with this idea, and how long did it take you to put it on paper?
Well, kids through the Westerville School District actually helped me with a couple of ideas that I've put in this book. One little girl had asked that I use a Chihuahua in the book, and there is a Chihuahua in this book. But I have to say that the actual inspiration came from years ago. My wife's dog, Benji, happened to be a glutton and ate the top ball off of my ice cream cone. And when his mouth froze shut and I had to pry it open, I thought, you know what? It serves you right, old boy. But I use that as the opening for this book also. And Jasmine eats the gelato and her mouth freezes shut. And so somebody's got to open her mouth.
And I know Jasmine was so important to you as
Jasmine
well,
was my
personally.
girl.
Jasmine passed away, but you brought Sophie with you now. I don't know if anyone can see Sophie. She's laying down right here.
We have Sophie Sapphire, a.k.a. the Cyclone, and she burst into our lives a scant 3 months after we lost Jasmine to cancer. She's a princess in her own right and very independent, and she's learning to be out there and do her own marketing too.
Yeah, is she in the book?
She is in the book. I introduced her.
You're in the book. Oh, Sophie, you're a star.
Chef Vittorio, who blows his top at Jasmine, decides that, oh, he loves this little dog, so he takes her in. So there's black labs. If you love black labs, I've got several in this book.
Real fast, the most important lesson you want kids to walk away from after they read this book would be what, David?
It's a continuation of the first precepts. This is a book of discovery for a lot of kids about what the world is like, and it's about friendship and second chances and just being yourself. And Henry Winkler, the Fonz, is also an author, and he said the 2 most important words are tenacity and gratitude. Tenacity enables you to get where you need to go. And gratitude allows you to appreciate that journey, no matter how difficult it was getting there. And I think it's really important because it pertains to a lot more than just writing children's books.
Oh, great point. Who Ate the Gelato? I know it took you so long to finally get this done. But
and if I could say, I've got 2 book signings coming up. Very excited about. First is going to be on April the 18th at Copa Gelato in Westerville. I'll be there from 6 to 8 in the evening. And the second is going to be at A Twist on Olives on May the 9th from 1 to 4. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's an Italian theme.
Of course it is. David,
Great.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
we can't
you.
wait to read this, can't we?
No, we can. We want to play with Sophie more too.
We want to play with this. We'll be right back, everybody.